What's going on? It's Maximus, the Forex trader, and in this video, we're still continuing the November 2021 weekly chart from the 5th to the 8th. Is it going to the side? So basically, we was in an uptrend. The week opened up. We plotted our market maker horizontal trend line because that's where the gap opened. It was Sunday, Monday open, and then we just kept an eye on it because it's not nowhere near crucial right now. I mean, it is like a kind of trend trade where the box level is at and the retail trader trend line is at. And we already took the trade Friday, so we won that trade. We moved our stop loss, but we're speaking about this week because honestly, we should only be going for 45 pips for a kind of trend trade. So, because usually we usually see a safety trade on these type of trades in the Sunday, Monday, but you just want to see for the dealer to show you his hand. So we went up, the trade went up. We came back down because that's usually what we look for, but in this case it's not because we're looking for a trade going. Oh yeah, matter of fact, yeah, we are looking for a trade going up. So that's what we're looking for, basically. The shift and then the pullback with a wick candle, because the dealer that we know that the dealer most of the time can come back around that same area and hit the area again and come back and wick at the exact spot, 7 pip max, and basically continue to trend up. But if you see like the dealer, the market maker just breaking down the first leg of the kind of trend trade, then it's like, okay, maybe a kind of trend trade level 2, he'll reverse. But we didn't see like no wick or nothing like that to take it going long. And we know sometimes the dealer, like, yeah, he can pass the 200, 800, but if he starts shifting under it or more above it, if it's supposed to go, if it's supposed to follow the trend and it's not doing that and it's taking too long, then it's probably because he's gonna like reset, basically, because he can reset at these trend lines, EMAs at a certain time, basically. So we just wait to see what happens at kind of trend trade level 2, the horizontal trend line market maker, and we wait for him to probably just break the box, come back up for a retest, like a last kiss trade, like a wick. And I'm saying sometimes he can wick it a few times, sometimes even one time on rare occasions, so it can happen. So basically, like, it's better to try to catch it, to try at least to trade the reset here, because how the dealer, like, when the dealer just don't even want to pass a 50, it's because he wants to reset hard. So you can we saw the box basically like a kind of trend trade reset, and then the dealer, he broke the box level support, turned to resistance, and then a little pullback. You could take that going low, because he's not always gonna go to the trend line to false reset. Basically, he could just reset right away. So there was not really nothing else for that week, basically, because how he was looking for a trade going up, but then how it reset it twice. So yeah. Then we had CAD JPY, and basically we was in a downtrend coming off a reset. Again, the dealer didn't want to pass the 50 EMA, so we're gonna look at that. We saw the dealer, he broke retail trader trend line the previous week, so we just wait to see like what happens when he opens. So the week open, and we know like the dealer here really broke the retail trader trend line, so you know you gotta draw another one. In this case, for a possible reset, basically. So we put it going down around the area where the dealer broke at. And when you have a new break of the level of well reach to trade a trend line and a possible reset, the dealer gotta kind of trend trade at least once somewhere. So once you see like the pins at the opposite side of the trade, and you see it for a few times, like 2 or 3 times, and then how I talk about how this right here, it's like the safety trade, a small safety trade. You can take that for 45 pips, you get me? Because the dealer got to book most of his profits here and there, you got me? But don't forget that we're still trying to trade the actual trend. So we know that the dealer is now resetting, and basically we drew a new we still trade a trend line. And if the dealer don't pass that, he gives you, and he hit the stops, because you know how Steve Morton says, welcome to the candy shop, don't trade to the hit the stops, and which is most of the time. That can happen, yeah, but most of the time it don't. The dealer just shifts right away. And that's why you got to manage the trades well, because like if you're right, it should go to profit right away. If not, if you're going to small accounts, that's how you do it. Then you just close the trade, wait for it to stop a little bit, try one more time. If it don't work, then you just gotta wait till they hit the stops, and just wait for your pattern after he does hit the stop. And this was the case. We was looking for a trade going down, and then how we had a possible M formation with a dealer pinned already, hit the stop. He closed below down the retail trader trend line and the box like the box support and then resistance with a pin. Then you take that going down, especially how he closed on the 50 EMA, and you take that for 45 pips, and you would have won that. Like, yeah, I say 45 pips, small account, but if you're awake and it's shifting fast, then you can just break even at 50 pips and just let it ride out the rest to 80 pips, to 80 to 90 pips. And that's how you would have win that trade, because he was looking for more trades going down. It's already end of the week, and how he can like try to kind of trend trade one more time. And we don't really play around too much on Fridays unless you're really, really sure. All right, so moving on. On usual, you're only gonna get 2 good trades max on a pair. So now we're gonna look at EuroCAD. One moment, because I'm fixing my playlist too. I'm hearing music as I study. That's how I know I love trading, because I can multitask while I'm doing it and teaching. So basically, for EuroCAD, we was in a downtrend still, basically. And even though in a downtrend, sometimes, you know what I'm saying, the dealer can throw you the retail trader trend line going up. It all depends how you chart it, basically. And we try to chart it the best way we can. So that's why I'm confident in my trading style, because as I go on more, I'm going to learn how to really draw the trend line, basically. So we already know we're in the downtrend. The red retail trader trend line don't really matter too much. Like we are the week open. We were just waiting more for like the deal to show his hand. So like we could have tried to trade this M formation, but remember 7 pips, and we probably would have gotten stopped out. But we would have broke even, because how we like to move our stop loss a little bit. I'm getting, you know what I'm saying, like at least 3 pips, 5 pips, winning into the trade. So we kind of were expecting that, because dealer most of the time hit the stops once during the week. So he did that. But how we're looking for a trade going down regardless. As long as he don't pass that retail trader trend line in the box level, then it's fine. You get me? So that you can start getting ready to trade again, because usually they don't spike twice. You get me? Most of the time they really don't. So we wait for some type of pattern. Like if we see like a doji, but then double doji, like a inverted hammer, like a spinning top candle, you can say, because that's the pattern, like double doji spinning top candle going down. You can take that for 45 pips, because you are supposed to trade going down. But here's the thing, like when the dealer goes to like resistance and against counter trend trade, and he pins a lot, then you can start looking for a counter trend trade, because you got to recorrect a little bit, you get me? And when you trade the counter trend trades after you see a lot of pins, because some candles you gotta take them while they're blue. You get me? How this would look like a safety trade right here. So you take that going up for 45 pips, no more than that, because this is a kind of trend trade. And you're looking for a trade going down. Like this could have, it might have, this could have been a trade, but it was already Friday, and I don't want to like think too hard about it. Like, cause some trades, on a Friday you don't want to think too hard about it. You gotta you is they're easier. There's easier trades that show up in the beginning of the week. You get me? If you wait for each pair. So moving on. Dollar CAD. One moment. Okay, so basically dollar CAD, we was coming off of level three. Um and he didn't the dealer didn't even went to like an extra peak peak formation level three. But sometimes we do gotta trade both ways on level three, but I do showcase that when we need to. So that's why you gotta watch each video. But you gotta have at least like some type of market maker like support resistance line, some level three based off the safety trade, because they can like try to pin that one more time and actually go to two direction. Or he could reset from there. You got me? But this week like it wasn't because I was looking for trade going up. Like yeah, like we could have tried to like trade the wicks going up, but most of the time like what you like to see, because it's a last kiss, yeah, but like you could have tried to got in, but like if you see like it not shifting for so long, because it's probably he either wants to reset, or how I told you about the market maker horizontal trend line. You could try to go down there and actually um try to reset off of that. Like yeah, like we did get like a spike little candle going up. Like if he would have shifted longer after that, you could have found a trade. But you notice that he closed back down below because he wants to hit the stops low, basically. So you wait for that when the dealer goes back around again to the safety trade, or on the second stop hunt after the safety trade, because most of the time there is a second stop hunt. And if he don't pass that, then it's because he wants to continue the trend. And if he does, then he's gonna reset the trend. But he ended up basically continuing the trend, and he broke the because we are expecting trade going up. So he broke the retail trade. But the thing is that the trade was moving so fast. If he would have broke above support, basically, because we're still looking for trade going up, and then retested basically, and gone up, then that would have been an entry. But what you can do is, in this case, for a trade going up, the resistance basically, once he breaks that, and he starts shifting a little hard, because basically like the dealer, he'll shift hard off of level three. You got me? You could try to take a trade going up, feel me? But like these type of trades on the research trader trend line, like he can pull back and retest it. But most of the time too, like he can just shift right away, like a straightaway trade. That you take that going up. Like it's a little weird to trade, but if you keep watching the video, you'll learn how to trade that. And it was already Friday. Like yeah, like the information, which is another content trade, because we're looking for trade going up, obviously. How there wasn't no wick handle and then a shift, like that's something that you wouldn't trade, because usually you want to wait for like a pin, like or like a wick candle on a pullback to take going up in the uptrend, and then a wick candle to the high going down on a downtrend, basically. So it's really that there's only one trade on a pair, but that's why you got to be cautious. But most of the time it's two. So I want to talk about Australian dollar, the fifth, no, the eighth to the 12th, and basically, it was a reset because the dealer didn't pass the 800. Like he just hit the brakes and the 50. Um, and the 200 didn't even like move too much with it. So we saw it was a reset because of the last kids from last week, basically, and how the dealer likes to reset to 50, especially if he passes a major level. Um, the dealer, he opened up high. He made the first leg. He had a wick, and then how I told you we like to take these M formations, smooth ones, at least try it once, and everything just kind of matched up because I was looking for a trade going down. I went to a new level. We had a pullback from the first wick, and the dealer he didn't pass the retail trader trend line. You got me, the red trend line, and he didn't pass 2 EMA because the dealer can double fake reset. You get me? How he can cross the 200. This case going down, cross it back up. But then if you have some EMA and when it is following the real two trend, the bigger trend, then it's a good trade to take. Basically, especially if you see that information, you would have took that information going down, and you would have bagged your 45 pips. Yeah. So basically, this is like another trade you could have taken. How we're looking for more trades going down. How we had like a little pullback, but then a little shift. And then the dealer, the dealer didn't try to go for the kind of trend trade one. He respected, resistance in the downtrend. That you could, so you could try to take that going down for the next candle. You get me? Because that's going from a more downtrend, like that. So this kind of trend trade was gonna probably be hard to trade because usually we look for kind of trend trade with wick candles. You get me? But this could have been like possibly it won. Don't get me wrong, but it's like, well, let's look for wicks. You get me? Because wicks signifies something at a certain level. So that was Australian dollar from the 8th to the 12th. Now we have Swiss JPY. I'm pretty sure we're coming off like a peak formation on level 3. You get me? And like, yeah, like the peak formation was inside of the retail trader trend line, but we're really following the box levels and the horizontal market maker trend line, because he can reset inside the market maker trend line. You got me? They don't always we're not always reading that line for the overall trend. We just want to see where it breaks. But enough of that. So we're looking for a trade going down. Like, yeah, the deal, we're just waiting for me. Wait for him to show his hand. So now we're at the kind of trend trade area, and once the dealer starts slowing down the momentum there, especially at a retail trader trend line, with wicks, then you could try to get ready for a trade, but it all depends. This is not a trade. I marked it as a trade because usually you want to see some type of action as a safety trade. You're trying to say as a kind of trend trade. Like a safety trade is more of the thing. Like you possibly could have taken the trade going here on the next candle, the green one. Basically like a safety trade. Like you see the dealer didn't spike, but you could take that going up. But in all reality, you're supposed to look for a trade going down. How you had the pin, the dealer, he hit the stops in a way. Basically offer resistance. And then how he's closing below down to 50, you could try to take that trade going down for 45 pips, basically. This could have been a trade because how the dealer again didn't. It could have been a trade, but how we don't like to play around too much on Fridays. So more kind of trend trade. The dealer shifted on a downtrend to make level 2, but he did close above support of the retail trader trend line in this case. And then how he pinned twice up, basically, but didn't really shift. I was playing around too much. If he was really kind of trend trading, he would just would have shifted after this candle. Well, he went back low, and basically the dealer signifying more low. But it was already Friday, so we wasn't really too worried about it. Now Australia and New Zealand. Let me explain it. I'm pretty sure this right here was something like that, and this is level 2. Something like that, like level 2. Um, so from the fifth to from the eighth to the 12th, Australia and New Zealand. The dealer he booked the retail trader trend line. How we expect him to not close above, you get me, and then close back down to continue basically like the trend. You know what I'm saying? Like level 3, the shift there. Don't mind these green arrow. Like yeah, like you could have tried to take it going low. Like you would have scratched off. You get me? Because how we like to move our stop loss to break a little even. You get me? But then we seen the dealer now pass it again, and then he booked the retail trader trend line. That you kind of gonna want to get ready for a possible reset or like a counter trend trade going up again. But remember how I told you we usually wait for the second counter trend trade level, and basically that happens to be like this because you gotta plot support and resistance on trades like that. And if you notice, how we're looking for a trade going down, right, as an M formation, but you notice like the dealer don't break that M formation and basically making it look more like a W, like to go back down there and close back above. Then you could take that going long on a Friday. Like this trade is kind of a little advanced to trade, but once you start keep watching the video, bro, and you'll see what type of pattern this is that I'm talking about. It's a little bit sophisticated, but you can spot what's going on. So pound AUD. We was in a downtrend. This is level 2. The thing is that the dealer he opened up hitting because how he closed back above and still hasn't closed back down below. So we're like, damn, why isn't he shifting down low? Maybe, you know what I'm saying, kind of trend trade again real quick. And how the dealer opened up with a wick on it. The thing is, like, you can trade the kind of trend trade, but it's better to see like how we had double wicks here. Like yeah, like it did go into profit, but I like to wait for a safety candle, like the big chunk of candle. So basically, like yeah, he just shifted, but we're gonna wait to see if it closes back down. And I'm saying like the first kind of trend trade, market maker horizontal trend line. But if he bounces off of that again, you get me, not close it back down below or above from level 1 kind of trend trade. In this case, we're looking for a trade going down, but he called it contract trade going up on a EMA. In this case, the 50. How he closed back above, he pinned it and gave another doji. Then you could take it going up for the continuation of the kind of trend trade. And we're looking for a trade going up. Like he went up. I'm saying to the reset level, but he didn't give you like an information pin double second leg on the retail trader trend line. So what you can do, you know what I'm saying, just wait out the week. He gave you the first pull, but the other pullback, and if he gives you the second one clean, like a half a shift candle, and then he don't break the he don't hit the stops above, then you could take that for 45. But it's already Friday, so you're probably gonna scratch off. You're gonna scratch on 30 pips. Oh yeah, no, you gotta catch 45 pips. So yeah, that was this week. That was the week of November from the 8th to the 12th.